We're not allowed to cross that white line. We've been told this is our spot.
We are Extinction Rebellion. We are campaigning to force Allianz, the giant German insurance company, to withdraw its support to the controversial Adani-owned Carmichael mine in central Queensland. Earlier, Allianz said it would not insure the mine. Recently, though, Allianz bought a company called PIMCO, which is financing the building of the railway lines from the mines of the Abbott Point coal terminal. The proposed Adani Carmichael mine has the potential to double Australia's greenhouse gas emissions. A majority of Australians oppose this. We want action on climate change. We know that fossil fuels are killing us. The proposed Adani Carmichael coal mine has the potential to double Australia's greenhouse gas emissions. Yet Adani ignores public opinion. It has bankrupted traditional owners. It has broken environmental laws, drained precious groundwater, bulldozed important species habitat, threatens the Great Barrier Reef and is suing community protesters for millions of dollars. We stand in solidarity with the Wangan and Jagalingou people who oppose the Adani mine. We demand that Allianz withdraws all support for the destructive Adani Carmichael coal mine.
Allianz needs to dump Adani. They cannot continue to support this company without Australia looking on and saying they're doing the wrong thing. We do not want a coal mine at Adani. We do not want to have our greenhouse gases doubled in emissions. The pretense of dumping Adani through not insuring them and then buying and then supporting PIMCO with the finance to build the railway is just greenwashing, and it's not okay. They need to stop supporting Adani. We're sounding the alarm today. We're Extinction Rebellion, and we are letting people know Allianz, a German company, is supporting Adani, the Adani mine going ahead, and the majority of Australians do not want this. We do not want that coal to be dug up and add to our greenhouse gas emissions. Green jobs will provide far, far more benefit to our community, far more jobs, and is the way to go. Dump Adani, Allianz. We're sounding the alarm here. This is going to be a noisy action, folks. This Deadly Dave. I'm here. in the Adelaide CBD, bringing you all the action. Extinction Rebellion on the streets, making some noise today. This is the first of our 3 actions this week, sounding the alarm on the climate crisis. Here's the crew. I'll switch the camera around. We can be harmonious, but we can also sound the alarm. Be told to move off of the private property.
Okay, everybody, we're going to move up. We're leaving now. We're going to head up to the other end of Topper Mall. Let's go.
Woohoo! On the move, up the other end of Topper Mall.
Well done, everybody.
This way, please. Looking bright, beautiful this morning. Of course, it's the Indigenous people who are suffering the brunt of the Adani mine. Not being listened to. They've said no many, many times, and no one's listening. The government is ignoring their pleas for justice, for the right to decide their own future, for their own land. Yes, taking them to court. Did you want to say something about that? No? Yeah. So yeah, Adani has taken, the Indigenous people of that area have taken Adani to court many, many times, and to Supreme Court, and then it's been they've gone back again to plea, and it's just been going on. Thousands and thousands of dollars have been spent in an attempt to have their voice heard. They have the rights to that land. They should be listened to, and yet our government fails to put its mouth where their promises are. I think we're off now to the next location, which is Origin Energy. We're going to a few locations today. All of these places need to be reminded that we're sounding the alarm, that their actions are not sufficient to address the climate crisis that we're facing. Just a small break in proceedings. While we're having a little chat here, I'll tell you about the upcoming actions. So we actually are in a national rebellion this week. There are rebellions happening in capital cities around Australia. We have in Brisbane tomorrow, they are holding a citizens' assembly in the main street. In Tasmania, they're going to one of the 4 banks, doing a bank action on Friday, and then on Saturday, Melbourne is holding its Festival of Love and Rage. Perth already had theirs. I'll turn this way so you can see everyone behind me while I tell you about these things. Melbourne Festival of Love and Rage. They're going to have a flotilla going down the Yarrow. It's going to be awesome, with some traffic swarming happening as well. Plus, they've got a big craft market type thing happening too, for their Festival of Love and Rage. And Sydney is following the theme that Perth began with a Festival of Love and Rage on the 19th of of December. So if you are watching this from another capital city, the fund's coming your way. Make sure you check that out. You can check them out on their Facebook pages or go to the website Take the Pledge, and you'll see all the details there. So we're about to move off again, I believe. We're going to go to Origin now, I believe, to go and protest Origin's lack of action on the climate crisis. They have the Northern Territory government was elected on a strong anti-fracking platform, but this has been ignored, and Origin is now having plans to frack oil and gas in the Northern Territory, against the wishes again of the traditional owners and most people who live in the territory. They just continue to use fossil fuels to damage the climate despite their greenwashing public campaigns. Every gas field has the potential for huge disaster in terms of environmental pollution, but not only that, it just destroys water sources and adds further CO2, and we need to go to zero emissions, not reduced emissions. It's not good enough. They need to do something about it. And it looks like we're off again, so you get to see someone else's beautiful face, not just mine. Here we go, sounding the alarm. So these beautiful sound the alarm. Patches made. Here we are, top of the mall. About to go across the road. We're following the rules at the moment, but we might not be for the whole day, so watch this space. We can all sound the alarm even if we don't have an instrument. So this is I don't know if you can hear me with the noise going on, but I'm going to try and let you know a little bit about what's happening in Adelaide over the next couple of days. We have this action today, and then we're going to, on Friday, we're meeting at Santos to do a bit of sounding the alarm there. Expect some chalking fun, and then on Saturday we're meeting at 10 a.m. down at the Pioneer Women's Memorial Garden, and we're going to practice a bit of some crisis carols with a climate emergency twist. Then we'll be heading down Rundle Mall to sound the alarm in a harmonious way with some crisis carols. There's a few very brave rebels who are going to do this action semi-naked, As some of you might remember that from last year, we did that and drew a lot of attention. So a few brave rebels have put up their hand to do that again this year. You're welcome to join them if you feel drawn to that. And we intend to sing our carols Okay, looks like we've arrived. I'll turn the camera around. Origin Energy's headquarters in Adelaide. Origin.
We are Extinction Rebellion, and we're here today to call out the climate wrecking project of Origin Energy. The Northern Territory government was elected on a strong anti-fracking platform across the NT. After an inquiry that ignored fracking risks, the government reneged on their promise and in 2018 lifted their moratorium on fracking. Origin revealed their plans to frack for oil and gas in the Northern Territory against the wishes of traditional owners, Aboriginal communities and the majority of Territorians. They are nothing less than climate criminals. If Origin has their way, this would be Australia's first land-based shale oil and gas field, where every well would need to be fracked. It would be a climate disaster, destroying country and water. An independent inquiry into fracking in the Northern Territory found Aboriginal communities overwhelmingly opposed fracking on their land. After the inquiry, the NT government removed some gas licences, and the remaining licences surround Aboriginal communities. We stand in solidarity with those traditional owners and Aboriginal communities in opposing Origin fracking. We demand that Origin respect the wishes of the Aboriginal communities and the majority of Territorians and relinquish their gas licences.
Woo! Yeah.
Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin!
Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Frack off Origin! Off Origin! Frack 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 off origin. 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 Looks like the security guard's a bit worried about the spray chalking, but we know the police are okay with us using spray chalk. Oh no. We've gone on to what might be considered private property, so that might become an issue. Oh, these people are good. They get it out quickly, don't they? We're here at Origin Energy, who have massive oil and gas fracking projects planned for the Northern Territory. Not what we need. We're in a climate emergency. We need to move to renewables as fast as we can. Looks like we're moving on now to the next location. Sounding the alarm through the Adelaide CBD today, targeting companies that are not doing what is necessary to avert the climate and ecological emergency that we're careering into. Looks like the police have decided to leave us alone. They've gone. We're gonna have a quiet moment now. We're gonna have a quiet moment now. I know, that's amazing. All right, so here we go. Let's have a quick look back here. We've left some messages. Oops. Standing in the middle of the road. Yes, all right.
Can we move over to let pedestrians pass?
The police are still there, checking it all out, talking to an Origin Energy person, probably explaining that it's chalk and that we are not in trouble for doing it. I think our next point of landing is good old News Corp. Woohoo! We're regular visitors at News Corp. Hasn't changed their policies in terms of reporting on the climate, but we keep trying. Yeah, there's someone did spray chalk the glass. I missed that, but I can just go for a little walk back while everyone's having a little chat and a rest there, and we can go and see what they did. I think there was an interruption. Yep, you can see they started on the glass. The police are standing in front of it at the moment. Can't see by that post box. There you go. I don't know if you can see that. Can I zoom in on live feed? I don't know. No. But you can see it says foot off the gas. on the glass, causing a little bit of consternation for Origin Energy, but nothing like the consternation that's going to be caused if they continue their gas exploration and unabated and not considering the impact it's going to have on future generations. I get very upset about these small things and forget about the large impending problem that we are facing, and we need to act now. This is an emergency. This is time to do something completely different, to take down old systems, to do a whole new way of living that involves renewable energies, living in harmony with the ecology that supports us, our Mother Earth that gives us what we need to thrive, instead of decimating what she offers as gifts to us. So a little bit of chalk on their building, poor things. They get very upset. But I'm upset. I'm really upset about what they're doing. Where?
Sound the alarm! There's a fire!
Oh, sound the alarm! We're cooking with gas. There's an alarm. If there was a fire, we would be doing everything we can to put it out. Well, there is a fire. The fire is a slow burn, but it's there and it's real, and we need to act now. Sounding the emergency, sounding the alarm, and we're off again. This time, follow closely. Okay, here we go. Oh, come prepared with all your different signs today. I can see. Free the truth! Free the truth! Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow if we make enough noise. It'd be interesting to see if Murdoch reports on this.
Everybody, we're going to go through the walkway here. Ring your bells as you go through.
Okay. Here we go. Don't be distracted. There is an emergency.
Santos smells.
All right, so while we've got a bit of quiet, I'll just tell you that we're actually having a picnic too on Saturday, 12 p.m. in the Pioneer Women's Gardens down on North Terrace. On King William Street it is, next to the parade ground there. That's a celebration for us to celebrate all that we've achieved during this very, very difficult year of COVID. We've continued to do actions, we've continued to bring the climate emergency to the front of people's minds. We've had media coverage of our actions. We're stronger. We've created national connections. We've used the time wisely, and it's time to celebrate all we've achieved in 2020. So please join us at the garden, Pioneer Women's Memorial Garden, 12 p.m. for the picnic, 10 a.m. for the climate crisis carols. And here we are. We've arrived. We're here at the Murdoch Press. Everyone is making a lot of noise in that tunnel as they walk through, letting everyone know we've arrived. This building of glass and steel, a monument to their power that we need to change. We need to pull down this edifice that thinks it can determine what Australians think. We are the people, and we think differently. Oh, we've got a nice song happening here. together.
We are Extinction Rebellion, and today we call out News Corp, and especially Sky News, The Australian, the Daily Telegraph and the Herald Sun for media reporting that is dividing our country. We draw attention to the strong ties between News Corp's Rupert Murdoch and the fossil fuel industry. The climate crisis is real, and 84% of Australians want action. The climate emergency demands immediate action. News Corp's failure to truthfully cover the climate and ecological emergency is a complete failure of duty of care to Australian consumers. If ecocide was a law, News Corp would be charged. Politicians are trapped in the News Corp net. With such high newspaper circulation and TV viewership, News Corp influences the outcome of elections. We demand that News Corp tells the truth clearly, completely, and with conviction. We demand an end to comments that contribute to a legitimisation of climate change denial and the misogyny and racism that has surfaced in our country. Tell the truth about international refugees and the racial tensions that are deepening. These opinions are wrong. They don't reflect our community, they don't report the science, and they are not true. Tell the fucking truth, News Corp.
Tell the truth.
They want us divided.
They want us divided.
We won't be distracted. We stand together. They want us divided. We won't be distracted. We stand together to free the truth. They want us divided. We won't be distracted. We stand together to free the truth. They want us divided. We won't be distracted. We stand together to free the truth. They want us divided. Okay, everybody, we might move off now. That was fantastic. Well done. Good job.
Leaving our mark as we leave the scene. Murdoch lies. Planet dies. Tell the truth. Free the truth. Murdoch, tell the truth. We're in a climate emergency, an ecological emergency. Our planet is dying and we need to act, and you need to tell the people the truth of that. Oh, I've got to get a photo now of this, get this in the screen. The message we're leaving. Well, old mate Bolty has done lots of research and he reckons the stolen generation is a myth. I'd back him all the way today and every day. As for that Bruce Pascoe fellow, body's right onto him. Falsities. Murdoch. Get your act together. You're supposed to be the bastion of truth in a democracy, and yet you lie and change things to suit your cronies and your buddies and your own interests. This is not the role of the press in a democracy. Little Ralphie's having a drink. It's been a big morning, hasn't it, Ralphie? It's a bit hard being an activist dog sometimes, isn't it? But you're ready to go now, aren't you? Ralphie! 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 Come and say hello to everybody. You're so cute. It's so cute. Let's have a little break from all the lies and... Okay, it looks like that's a yes. That looks like a yes. It looks like we might be doing some traffic swarming. This will be a surprise for everyone. Looks like Sandy's got a big bag of signs there. Oh, look at that. We have a large cohort of police now checking us all out, checking out our handiwork.
1, 2, 3, 4,
And
5,
6 police, is it, Dave? 6 police. Oh, look at that. Looking after each other. I'm going to have a few blueberries. Yay. Thank you. Very beautiful breakfast. They've got people out washing the glass and a bunch of police there. So as we prepare for the next thing. All right, I'm just going to go over here for a second. This is consensus decision making. I'm just going to move away from that process for a moment, and we'll see what the outcome is. Looks like the police are still having a good old chat with everybody from the news call that's come down. There's Oops. Sorry, nearly dropped the phone. That wouldn't be a good idea, would it? All right, it looks like we're about ready to move, so I'll let you see. Here we go. All moving off again. The flag bearer at the front. The flag bearers. Everything's done as a buddy system in Extinction Rebellion. We support each other. We bring blueberries to share. We are very caring, and we listen to each other, and we make decisions through consent. So discussions, no one's the leader. We all decide together what we're going to do and action it as crew. We're all crew, and we want a regenerative culture. We want this world to be a place where everyone has a voice, everyone can be heard, and everyone's needs are considered. And we start that by practicing that within our movement. All are welcome to join us. And if you'd like to come and check us out and have a chat, if you're new and you're watching this, come down 12 p.m. Saturday to our picnic, our Christmas picnic, and you can sit and have a nice relaxed chat with a few of our rebels. All right, we're heading up Weymouth Street towards King William Street now. Just about to get to the lights. Things are about to hot up a little bit, I think. That one? All right. I think we're going to be crossing the road now and maybe doing a little bit of traffic swarming. Seems to be the agreement amongst everyone that we're ready to do that. Bonnie, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing the last month?
Oh, sure.
Here we go. Bonnie's just come back from... Yeah, where they protecting the trees, the beautiful old grandmother and grandfather trees there.
Yeah, the directions tree was cut down a few weeks ago. This can't be going to, but yeah, Victorian government.
We're not going to be anywhere near the
trying
tram
to go
line.
ahead with cutting
See where
down
that
sacred trees.
metal barricade is? We'll be from there to the... Oh, we'll get outside the tram line. We're not going to be anywhere on the tram line.
Living on the land,
I'll-
trying to protect the trees.
Let's go, everybody!
Yeah. So,
So if you can get out there,
yes. All right, looks like we're crossing. Sorry, one.
you're alright, sorry.
We're crossing over now, but I think you know, the commitment in Extinction Rebellion to the Indigenous owners, the traditional owners of this land, and helping to support and promote and amplify their voice is a central part of what we do. And I've just been talking while we walked into the middle of the road, and now we are no longer leaving. Here we go. Sounding the alarm! It's an emergency! It's an emergency! Stopping the traffic here on King William Street. Sounding the alarm. This is a climate crisis. We've got someone up with a 2-minute sign. 2 minutes! 2 minutes! I think they're adding a noise. Inching forward. You're being documented, people. Be nice. Here's the police. We're off. We're going.
Oh no, you can see me.
Go on, everybody! We'll move away from the intersection.
As you can see, Extinction Rebellion has a very good relationship with the police here in South Australia. Looking after our safety, those drivers were a little annoyed and they were a little bit edgy, so they moved us off the road. There's quite a few people here who that was their first time they've ever done a traffic storm. Very brave, courageous souls getting out on the street. What? Sorry, even Ralphie was out on the street. Good on you, Ralphie. So that was very well done, people. First time for many people, for some people.
Forgetting that traffic is moving to the side.
Oh. Was that your first time on the road?
Yeah,
How did it, do you mind telling our audience how that was for you?
that was great.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's just, it's astounding how people can't wait for 3 minutes when the stuff is actually going to impact their lives in severe ways. In 3 minutes of their time is pretty insignificant.
I know.
Scheme of things.
Yes.
To make some noise and bring some awareness.
Yes, well, I think you did that. That was excellent. And yeah, awesome. Well done. Always get a bit of a heart race going when you do that, but it's a bit of adrenaline. It's quite invigorating when you're standing in solidarity with other people who care as much as you do. So thank you. It looks like we're having a bit of a debrief after that experience. We're off to Combank now by the looks of things. Is it that? Oh, we're right there. Okay. All right. Phew! Here we are in Adelaide. People sounding the alarm, moving around the city, causing some havoc, creating some awareness of the climate emergency that we're facing. We've just done a traffic swarm, holding King William Street traffic up for a few moments. People got pretty upset. The police came very nicely. They're very supportive. Told us we're doing a good job, pretty amazing. Now we're about to head down to the Commonwealth Bank, which is just behind me there, and let them know that we're not happy with their lack of action on the climate emergency and ecological emergency, that it's time to start funding renewables and not gas and coal and oil projects. I think everyone's feeling a little bit heightened emotions after that experience, facing down some cars. I'll just take this opportunity to tell you about, actually Sarah, can you tell the people watching the live feed about what's happening on Friday? Because I don't really know the details.
Yeah, so on Friday we are going to Santos at midday. We will be doing similar. We'll be playing chanting, singing. We will be doing some activity because we really need to pull Sanders out. And it's greenwashing and it's continued fracking and yeah, we just got to keep that message going. So we'll be standing outside Santos building at midday on Friday. The building's been barricaded, but we'll still be there.
Great. And are you meeting at Santos at midday?
Oh, no, we're meeting at 11:30 down at the Pilgrim Church.
The Pilgrim Church, 11:30 on Friday. Okay, great. And 12 p.m. at Santos. All right. Thanks, Sarah. So if you're just joining us, we are here, we're Extinction Rebellion. We are here in the CBD doing multiple sound the alarm actions outside some of the worst offenders of the companies that are not taking this climate and ecological emergency seriously. So we are going from place to place, doing some chalking, doing some chanting, sounding the alarm, making lots of noise. We just did a brief traffic swarm on King William Street, and we are now just reforming, ready to go down to the Commonwealth Bank, which is our next company, who we would like to let them know that we are not happy, that they need to do more, that they are not supporting the kinds of actions, the kinds of not funding the kinds of things that will take us out of this climate emergency, but actually making it worse. They have loaned new fossil fuel projects, which will enable 5.4 billion tonnes of CO2. That's enough to cancel out all the gains that we've made 12 times over. We need to let Combank know this is not good enough. We are in a climate and ecological emergency, and they need to act. As if that is the truth, because it is. All right, let's do it. I think we're off. Here's the crew. Here's the crew. Looking good. Looking sprightly. Ready to make some more noise. Sandy's come with all the signs in a little bag, putting out the right one for each place. Very organised we are. Here we are, Combank.
Did you know the Commonwealth Bank has loaned more than $12 billion to the coal, oil and gas sector since 2016? This was shortly after committing to limit global warming in line with the Paris Agreement. This is more than 3 times its lending for renewable. Change, Commonwealth change! Yet the bank refuses to declare the risks they know climate change presents. In a twist, 2 of their own shareholders haven't gone back in court to disclose the material risks climate change presents to their investors. For the sake of the planet, we demand that Commonwealth offence to all existing investments in fossil fuels. We demand that they declare the climate risks of all current investments. We demand that Commonwealth rules out lending to any new fossil fuel projects. They know that those projects are killing us. This is the behaviour of climate criminals in it for $1. Shame, Commonwealth, shame.
Shame!
Sound the alarm.
fossil fuels, no fossil fuels, shame bank, divest, no fossil fuels, Extinction Rebellion, shame, 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 and on the door, shame bank. Talk, mate. It's landscape paint. We're not about doing anything totally destructive. We just want to bring knowledge and awareness. They've invested billions of dollars into fossil fuels, which are going to kill us all.
Anyway, keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you.
What? People are a bit upset because they think that we're spraying with spray paint, but we're actually just using chalk. It's really just a way of drawing attention to the fact that we're in a climate and ecological emergency. A bit of chalk is nothing compared to the kinds of inconveniences we're going to have when we have no food, no fresh water, and we have billions of people starving to death and climate refugees trying to find a safe place to have their families. This is necessary. It's probably not sufficient. We probably need to up it even more. But this is necessary to raise the alarm, to sound the alarm. We are in a climate and ecological emergency, folks. We need to do something drastic. We need to act now, do something now. And we're off again to our next spot. while we're walking, I might just have a little chat about the theory of civil disobedience. The idea of civil disobedience is that you're going to have people who think what you're doing is crazy, too much, too far. But those people who were standing outside the Commonwealth Bank talking about how we were being destructive and childish, we're actually talking about the climate emergency. They would not have been doing that if we hadn't been there. So it's raising awareness, it's getting people to take sides, I guess. And I think that those people, given the opportunity to think about it a little bit more, would wonder why a group of normal people would be out on a Wednesday morning spray chalking the Commonwealth Bank. And they might not agree with our tactics, but they will find the message and will have to engage with the message and consider what their view is on that, and whether they are going to continue to leave their money with Combank, who is investing it in this way that is destructive to the planet. That's my little soapbox. All right, I think we're preparing now for our final location, which is, what's the time? I should have parked elsewhere. Should have gone. All right, cool. So here we are, 5 to 10 on Wednesday morning, regrouping, ready for our next stop, which I believe is Santos. No? Oh, maybe we're going to Beach Energy next. Who can I talk to? I'll see if there's somebody who'd be willing to have a little chat with us. Who haven't we chatted to yet? Dave, do you want to say something to our viewers about today and about your involvement with Extinction Rebellion? Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm Dave, and I'm here because I care about our planet, and I'm worried about never had the opportunity. You can see the Australian Bureau of Meteorology is on track for 4.4 degrees.
Wow.
We're already well above 4 degrees. Told them we're not going inside anyway. Any chance of being in Paris on board? We're going to get serious. We're here to call out some of the companies that are spreading misinformation that are funding this. And we're calling them out because I can't continue doing this. I'm going to survive. All the traffic. Yeah, so I'm just going to let my way to that. You play my drum.
Woo! Yeah! Yeah, that's working. Yes, it's one of the things, the ingenuity of being a volunteer in a very low-funded organisation. You find ways to do things, don't you? Thanks, Dave. Yes, we have fun here in Extinction Rebellion. We enjoy getting together, crafting, making all the things that you see here today, the screen printing, the flags, all this paraphernalia that goes with creating a bit of noise and a bit of colour and vibrancy. We're trying to have fun, even though this is a really deep and dire situation. We support each other with some love, and everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome. With a little bit of cityscape for you. What's going on? King William Street on a Wednesday morning. Crew's having a little rest. It's been a big morning. got 2 more locations to go to. In Extinction Rebellion, we are a decentralized autonomous organisation, which means that there you go, you can see me and them now. Oh. Yeah, we're a decentralized autonomous organisation working to raise the alarm on the climate and ecological emergency that we're facing, and force governments to take action, which they are not taking sufficient action right now. During World War II, there was a 50% diversion of the GDP to manage the war effort here in Australia. If we did that around the climate crisis and ecological emergency that we're facing, we could have this thing resolved, and we could do it in 5 years. Our demands are to tell the truth. We want the government and organisations like Murdoch, the Murdoch Press, to tell the truth in the same way that they have with COVID. You know, there was an emergency and the government figured out the response and they let everybody know what we needed to do and everyone did it. It's that simple. It really is that simple. But it takes the political will, and at the moment our government is not, is in the pockets of the coal and gas and oil industry, in the pockets of big business, and they're not looking after us. As citizens, we look to the government to take care of us, to do the right thing, and that's the moral obligation that they have to us. And when they're failing to fulfill their mandate to take care of us, then we need to do something else, because democracy is not working. So we are making our voices loud and clear today. We're sounding the alarm. We're letting people know that what these companies are doing, and that the government is doing nothing to actually mitigate that, or to support a transition to a safer future which involves renewable energies and massive ecological reparations to restore waterways and plant forests back, because they're our lifeblood. Without them, we can't live. I think we're off again. Here we go. Here's the crew. No gas. It's cooking the planet. I think we're off to beach energy now, I believe. Oh, there's Ralphie. Oh, beautiful Ralphie. He's a tired dog. And here's the last of our crew coming up. Oh, someone's given us some love. Thank you. Giving us some love. That's always good. That's been a bit of a long session for me doing this live stream. So giving me the love is really helpful. Thank you to whoever that was. We're coming up to the square now.
They use a trimester system. Is that how you can get enough?
It's a bit of a surprise mystery tour for me. I've never been to Beach Energy before. So we're going to see where we land up. We have really amazing people in Extinction Rebellion. Different people take the leadership role and organise things, and the rest of us turn up. We might take on a role like I did today doing the live streaming, where all the roles are shared around, and we trust those who have done the preparation, that they know where we're going, what we're doing, and will let us know what we need to know when we need to know it. It's a very a great way of organising, being a self-organising system, very different from the hierarchical world that we live in. We do things differently in Extinction Rebellion, and I love it. For one, I really love feeling the support and the confidence and the trust in my fellow rebels, knowing that they are going to take care of me and going to lead me to
I had him for
the place I need to be next, which happens to be Beach Energy, I believe, and I have no idea where it is.
when they still had more subjects, more contractors, like casual stuff. Before the funding cuts came through. Which is, I mean, for everyone, it's hard.
Just loving that pink flag with the light shining through it and the green. It's beautiful.
Things that they're not really specialising in so much. And what's diversity? Who you can have as a teacher.
And these
I mean,
screen prints that one of our amazing rebels does for every action. The sound the alarm. This action is the sound the alarm action. For those who've just joined us, we've been creating some noise around the CBD. We've been we started off at Allianz, German insurance company that said they weren't going to insure Adani, but then went ahead and are now supporting the company that is building the railway line. And then we went to Origin, who are continuing their fracking in the Northern Territory, despite the fact that nobody wants it. The traditional owners don't want it. Most Territorians don't want it. The government said they wouldn't do it, and yet they are. And then we went from there on to News Corp, to the advertiser, Murdoch Press. Shame on them, not telling the truth, not letting people know that we're in a climate and ecological emergency and we need to act. And we did a traffic swarming, very exciting. Finally, we went up to Commonwealth Bank. Shame on Commonwealth Bank, investing in fossil fuel projects rather than caring about the people that are their customers, their customer base, and the future of those customers. They continue to invest in fossil fuel. And finally, not finally, because we've got two more now, we're off to Beach Energy before we head to Santos. So we should be getting there soon. It's a bit of a walk. If you don't know already, we have two more actions coming up this week. There's going to be a bigger action outside Santos on Friday, meeting at the Pilgrim Church at 11:30 a.m. for briefing, and then heading to Santos for 12 p.m. And then we've got... there's a car, we have to stop. And then we've got on Saturday our sort of a final event for the year, I think. Unless there's any others that pop up. You never know with this crew. They're always coming up with inventive ideas and doing stuff. Is on Saturday, crisis carols. Firstly, meeting at the Pioneer Women's Memorial Garden down on King William Street, next to the parade ground there, the military parade ground. And we're going to have a bit of a practice doing some crisis carols, so to familiar carol tunes, but we've changed the wording to have a climate emergency messaging. And then we're going to go head up into Rundle Mall and sing together in a number of locations before heading back to the Pilgrim's Memorial Garden to have a picnic and some quality downtime chatting with our fellow rebels. Oh, looks like we might have arrived. So this is where Beach Energy is it? Who knew? Here we are, number 80. Looks at number... Here we go, I'll turn the camera around. It's number 80. What's the name of this street? What's the name of this street? Something. We just need... Oh, yes. Going to sound the alarm again. Here we are.
Put off the gas.
off the gas. The gas.
Okay. We are Extinction Rebellion, and today we call out Beach Energy, a big player in the climate-wrecking fossil fuel industry. Beach Energy is an Adelaide-based fossil fuel company with gas projects in South Australia, Victoria, West Australia, New Zealand. In 2019, Market Forces named Beach Energy as one of the big Australian companies undermining climate action. They plan to spend around $750 million each year to massively expand fossil fuel production for at least the next 5 years. It's not hard to see that Beach's business model is completely inconsistent with the climate goals of the Paris Agreement. In New Zealand just a few weeks ago, the government BPA green-lighted Beach to discharge toxic drainage substances into the offshore Canterbury Basin, despite strong opposition. Yet Beach maintains it is committed to strong environmental policy and has renewed statements acknowledging the threat of climate change. This is greenwashing at its worst. We demand that Beach relinquish all exploration permits here and overseas. We demand that Beach starts winding back all its fossil fuel projects and commit instead to renewable energy. To continue producing fossil fuels while stating you accept the scientific consensus on climate is at best greenwashing. But let's call it what it really is. Profit ahead of truth.
Yes.
Put off the gas.
Put off the gas.
Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Put off the gas. Sound the alarm. This is a climate emergency. Sound the alarm.
All right, we're off again. I don't think I've ever heard anyone do that with a saxophone before. That's pretty cool. All right, we're back, walking back now. I believe we're going to Santos. I might have to end the live stream soon though, because I think my battery's about to die. Depends how quickly we can get there. Do you know if my battery dies and I haven't uploaded it, would I lose the whole thing?
Oh, really?
I'm not asking as a question. Do you know?
Oh, no, I have no clue. Sorry.
off the gas. Centos. Final spot, I think. Doing a bit of a show for the people up in the office.
Extinction Rebellion, and we're here today to draw attention to Santos's push to frack and extract gas from Narrabri. We stand in solidarity with the Gomeroi, Kamilaroi people, traditional owners of the lands around Narrabri, the Pilliga. Gamel means no. We stand in solidarity with the settler landowners who are trying to protect their land. We stand with all those around the country fighting to protect their land from fossil fuel corporations like Santos. Santos has injected much needed funds into developing South Australia. Santos presents as the nice guy of the mining world, but Santos's Narrabri gas project tells us that Santos has no interest in transitioning out of fossil fuels. Companies like Santos, whose gas extraction activities damage ecosystems, are doing so knowing the consequences. Santos tells us that gas emits less carbon dioxide than coal. It is a transition fuel. But less CO2 is not zero CO2. We need to achieve zero carbon emissions. Santos are greenwashing their actions. This is ecocide. We need laws that hold companies like Santos and the people that run them responsible for their actions. Put off the gas!
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 Put off the gas! Put off the gas!
Put off the gas! Well, there's a warning, Santos. We'll be back. We'll be back on Friday. You're not getting off easily. We're going to keep on and keep on and keep on until we are heard. Put off the gas, Santos. We don't want gas. We don't want a gas-led recovery. We want renewables. We want a future for our children. We want a future for this beautiful planet that does not involve 4 degrees of warming. Get your act together. Get on board. Do something that amazes us. Do something that we can get behind, that we can be proud of as Australians. Moving rapidly to renewables, to ecological reparation, to fixing this problem that we've created. Let's do it. I'm going to sign off now because my phone's about to die, low some batteries. But I'd love to see you Friday, 10:30 at the Pilgrim Church. 11:30 at the Pilgrim Church. 12 p.m. outside Santos for some more action, and then Saturday climate crisis carols starting at the Pioneer Women's Memorial Garden at 10 a.m. I'll see you all then. Thanks for being here. You're awesome. We've got lots of work to do. Let's get on it. Bye.
government-led recovery, put some pressure on big businesses that are supporting it, that are involved in the dangerous fossil fuel industry, including the media. You may have seen earlier today, we painted a few media offices, also banks, various corporations that are defending the fossil fuel industry from the people. As they're chanting that we need to tell the truth, we need the government to tell the truth. This is the most dangerous situation that human species has ever faced at any point in history. That's absolutely true. If you look at the IPCC projections, 100 million people will likely face death as the Earth becomes inhospitable by around 2050.
Everybody follow me, we're going here.
We've just been cleared off, as you can see, by the police. I think that's it for us for today, but if there's further updates, we'll see you guys back here.